Have you ever looked at someone in their 90s and thought, how is this even possible? Still walking without support, still thinking clearly, still driving, still enjoying life, without depending on pills every single day. Now here's the real question. What if aging is not the real problem? What if it's the daily habits we repeat, without even noticing, that decide everything? Before we go any further, I want you to do something simple. Look at your hands for a second. These hands are quietly telling the story of your future. Not your genes, not your luck, not even your age, but your habits. Today, I'm going to share something most people realize too late. The small, almost invisible daily actions that either build strength or destroy it. There was a man who reached 91 years old. No daily medications, no major health conditions, still independent, still sharp. When people asked him his secret, he didn't talk about expensive treatments or miracle supplements. He simply said, "I didn't try to become healthy overnight. I just stopped doing what was slowly killing me every day." That's where everything begins. Stay with me until the end. The last habit is something almost nobody takes seriously, yet it has the strongest effect on your brain. Let's talk about the habit that silently destroys more people after 40 than anything else. You wake up in the morning. What's the first thing you do? Be honest. Do you reach for your phone? Do you sit for long periods, barely moving? Your body in the first 30 minutes after waking up is in a highly sensitive state. This is when your brain decides, are we active? If you train your body to stay still day after day, your muscles weaken, your joints become stiff, your energy levels drop gradually. That's why the first habit is so simple. Gentle morning activation. Not intense workouts, just simple movement. Stretching your arms, rotating your shoulders, walking slowly. It sends a signal. I'm still alive. I'm still moving. I'm still strong. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Now let's move to something even more dangerous. Something that slowly damages your brain without warning. I'm talking about mental clutter. Too much information, too many thoughts, too much noise. Your brain is not designed to constantly consume. It's designed to process, reflect, and rest. The second habit is daily mental reset. Just a few minutes of silence, no phone, no talking, just sitting and breathing. In that silence, your brain finally gets a chance to recover. Your thoughts slow down. Your stress reduces. Aging starts in the mind. The moment you believe you can't do this anymore, your body begins to follow that command. The third habit is about identity. Every day, the 91-year-old man told himself, "I'm still capable." Which of these habits are missing in your life? Is it movement, mental clarity, or belief in yourself? Drop the first letter of your biggest weakness in the comments. Awareness is the first step toward change. Stay with me. Because what you're about to hear next is something most people completely overlook. Yet it silently controls how fast your body ages from the inside. Let me ask you something. Have you ever woken up after a full night's sleep, but still felt tired? Not just physically, but mentally drained, heavy, unmotivated? That's not normal. And it's not just getting older, it's a signal. A signal that your body is not repairing itself properly. Because here's the truth most people never hear. Your body doesn't heal during the day. It heals when you sleep. Every night, your body goes into a deep internal process. Cells repair, hormones rebalance, your brain clears out waste that builds up during the day. But this only happens if your sleep is truly restorative. And for most people, it isn't. That's why the next habit changed everything for that 91-year-old man. Not a diet, not a supplement, but something far more powerful. Protecting his sleep like it was his life. Because in many ways, it is. Now let's break this down simply. There are 3 silent sleep destroyers that most people ignore. First, irregular timing. Sleeping at different hours every night confuses your internal clock. Your body doesn't know when to repair, when to release hormones, when to rest deeply. And over time, your sleep becomes lighter, shorter, weaker. Second, overstimulation before bed. Bright screens, loud content, constant scrolling. This keeps your brain in an alert state, even when your body is tired. So you lie down, but your mind keeps running. And third, emotional carryover, stress from the day, unresolved thoughts, Overthinking. You bring all of that into your bed, but your brain doesn't switch off like a button. It needs transition, and that's where this habit becomes powerful. Every night, before sleeping, he followed a simple wind-down ritual. No screens, no noise, no heavy thinking, just calm. Sometimes he would sit quietly. Sometimes he would take slow, deep breaths. Sometimes he would reflect on the day, without judgment. And over time, his body learned something. This is the signal to rest. And once your body learns that signal, sleep becomes natural again. Deep, restorative, healing. Now here's something most people never connect. Poor sleep doesn't just make you tired, it changes your entire next day. You crave more sugar, you move less, you think slower, you feel more negative, and slowly, it becomes a cycle. Bad sleep, low energy, poor choices, worse sleep. And before you know it, your health starts declining. Now let's go even deeper. Because the next habit directly affects how long and how well you live. It's about what you put into your body, but not in the way you think. Most people today don't eat for nourishment. They eat for taste, convenience, or habit. Quick meals, processed foods, irregular timing, and over time, the body starts to struggle. Digestion slows down, inflammation increases. But here's what the 91-year-old man did differently. He kept his eating simple. Not perfect, not extreme, just intentional. That's the fourth habit, eating with awareness. He didn't rush his meals, he didn't eat while distracted, and most importantly, he listened to his body. He knew when he was truly hungry, and when he was just eating out of boredom or emotion. Because when you eat mindlessly, you override your body's natural signals. But when you eat with awareness, your digestion improves, your body absorbs nutrients better, your energy becomes stable, and over time, your body starts functioning the way it was designed to. Now here's something powerful most people ignore. It's not just what you eat, it's how you eat. Fast eating, poor digestion, distracted eating, overeating, emotional eating, long-term damage, but slow, calm, intentional eating, that changes everything. And here's a simple shift you can start today. Eat one meal a day without distractions. No phone, no TV, no noise, just you and your food. It might feel strange at first, but over time, it reconnects you with your body in a way most people have completely lost. When was the last time you truly paid attention while eating? Most people can't even remember. And that's the problem, because health is not built in big moments. It's built in small, repeated actions. The things you do every day are shaping your future. Now we're about to move into something even more powerful. A habit that affects not just your body or your mind, but your direction in life, your decisions, your opportunities, even the kind of people you attract. Once you understand it, you'll never see your daily routine the same way again. It's quietly shaping your entire life, whether you realize it or not. Let me ask you something honestly. Why do some people, even in their 70s, 80s, even 90s, still seem calm, focused, and fulfilled, while others, much younger, feel lost, stressed, and constantly overwhelmed? Is it luck? Is it genetics? Or is there something deeper going on? Because when people asked that 91-year-old man how he stayed so clear and peaceful, he smiled and said something unexpected. I stopped letting my mind control me and learned how to guide it instead. Now think about that for a second. Most people live their entire lives reacting to situations, emotions, and thoughts. But very few people ever learn how to observe their mind. And that is where everything begins to change. That brings us to the next habit, the one he called his daily internal reset. A simple ritual, done every single day, that slowly transformed not just his mind, but his entire reality. And no, it's not complicated. It's not religious. It's not time-consuming. But it is powerful. Every day at the same time, he would sit quietly for a few minutes. No distractions, no noise, no expectations, just stillness. At first, nothing seemed to happen. Thoughts would come, memories would surface, random worries would appear, and most people would stop right there, thinking this isn't working. But he didn't. He understood something most people don't. Your mind doesn't calm down instantly. It needs space and consistency. So instead of fighting his thoughts, he simply watched them, like clouds passing in the sky. No judgment, no reaction, just awareness. And slowly, something incredible began to happen. The noise in his mind started reducing. Not completely, but enough. Enough to create clarity, enough to create control, enough to create peace. Now here's the part that most people underestimate. When your mind becomes clearer, your decisions become better, and your decisions shape your life. Think about it. How many times have you made a decision out of stress, fear, or frustration? And later, you realize that wasn't the right choice. But in that moment, your mind was too loud to think clearly. This habit changes that. Because instead of reacting instantly, you begin to pause. You begin to see things differently. You begin to respond, not react. And that alone can change your relationships, your work, your health, and your stability. Because clarity is power. Now here's something even deeper. This daily mental stillness doesn't just calm you down. It rewires your brain over time. Your stress response becomes weaker. Your focus becomes stronger. Your emotional control improves. And slowly, life starts feeling lighter. Not because problems disappear, but because you handle them differently. Imagine waking up and your mind feels quiet. Not empty, just calm. You're not rushing. You're not overwhelmed. You're just present. How different would your day feel? How different would your life become? This is not a fantasy. This is the result of a simple daily habit, but only if you stay consistent. Now here's where most people fail. They try it once, maybe twice, and then they stop because they expect instant results. But this is not a quick fix. This is a long-term transformation. The 91-year-old man didn't build clarity in a week. He built it over years, day by day, moment by moment. And that's why it became powerful. Now let's go even deeper. Because this habit doesn't just affect your mind. It begins to influence something much bigger. Your energy. Not physical energy, but something more subtle. The kind of energy that affects how you speak, how you walk, and how people respond to you. Have you ever noticed some people enter a room and you immediately feel comfortable around them? While others bring tension without saying a word? That's not random. That's internal state. And your internal state is shaped by your daily mental habits. When your mind is calm, your presence becomes calm. When your mind is clear, your actions become intentional. And people can feel that, even if they can't explain it. Now here's something very few people realize. Your thoughts are not just private. They influence your behavior, and your behavior shapes your reality. So if your mind is always negative, fearful, or overwhelmed, then your life reflects that. But if your mind becomes clear, focused, and balanced, then your life begins to shift in that direction too. And it all starts with just a few minutes a day. Now I want you to do something simple. Starting tomorrow, take just 5 minutes. Sit quietly, no phone, no distractions, and just observe your thoughts. That's it. No need to control them, no need to force anything. Just watch. At first it might feel uncomfortable. That's normal. Because most people are not used to being alone with their thoughts. But stay with it, because on the other side of that discomfort is clarity. And once you experience that clarity, you won't want to go back. Now before we move forward, ask yourself this. Ask, when was the last time I sat in complete silence without distraction? If you can't remember, then this habit might be exactly what you need. Because in a world full of noise, silence becomes power. In the next part, we're going to uncover the final habit, the one that connects everything together, the one that influences not just your health, but your future, your opportunities, and even your sense of purpose. And this is the habit most people ignore until it's too late. But once you understand it, you'll never see your daily routine the same way again. Your body, your mind, your energy, your decisions, all of it comes together here. And this is the one habit that the 91-year-old man said made the biggest invisible difference in his life. Not overnight, but slowly, consistently, powerfully. Let me ask you something. Why do some people wake up every day with a sense of direction while others feel like they are just going through the motions? Same 24 hours, same world, same opportunities, but completely different experiences of life. Why? Because most people don't have a reason to move forward. They wake up, react to the day, and then go back to sleep. No clarity, no intention, no deeper connection to what they are doing. And over time, this creates something dangerous. Emptiness. Not physical weakness, not lack of resources, but a lack of meaning. And here's the truth most people never hear. The body weakens faster when the mind has no purpose. When you don't have something to wake up for, you slowly stop pushing yourself. You stop growing, you stop trying, you start settling. That's why the next habit is not physical, not even mental in the traditional sense. It's something deeper. Living with daily intention. This is not about having a big life goal. It's not about success, money, or achievements. It's about something much simpler. Knowing why you're doing what you're doing every single day. The 91-year-old man didn't wake up thinking about his age. He didn't focus on what he couldn't do. Instead, every morning he asked himself one simple question. What is one meaningful thing I can do today? Not 10 things, not a long list, just one. And that small shift changed everything. Because when you have even one clear intention, your day becomes focused, your actions become sharper, your energy becomes directed instead of scattered. How many days pass where you're just reacting? Checking your phone, handling tasks, moving from one thing to another without ever asking, why am I doing this? That's how years pass without real progress. Not because you didn't work hard, but because your energy wasn't aligned. When you start your day with intention, even small actions begin to feel meaningful. A short walk becomes purposeful, a conversation becomes valuable, and slowly, your life starts feeling different. Not bigger, not more complicated, just more real, more connected. Every decision you make, what you eat, how you spend your time, who you talk to, all of it is influenced by your internal direction. If you have no direction, you follow distractions. If you have intention, you create progress. Imagine two people wake up. One has no plan, the other has just one clear intention. By the end of the day, the difference is massive. Living with intention doesn't require more time. It requires more awareness. Just a simple pause in the morning. Just one question. What truly matters today? As the man grew older, his intentions became simpler. He focused on staying active, present, and mentally clear. Because of that, he lived better. You don't lose purpose because you age. You age faster when you lose purpose. This habit protects not just your time, but your identity. Tomorrow morning, before touching your phone, pause. Ask yourself, what is one thing I can do today that actually matters? Hold on to that answer. Let it guide your day. Because over time, these intentions turn into a meaningful life. And now, we're about to move into the final part of this journey. The last habit, the one that ties everything together. Let me ask you something. Why do some people, even after facing difficulties, stress, and aging, still carry a sense of calm, peace, and even joy, while others, with everything around them, still feel restless, dissatisfied, and empty? The answer is not outside, it's internal, and it comes down to one final habit, a habit so simple that most people ignore it, a habit so powerful that it can reshape how you experience your entire life. Gratitude with awareness. Now, don't mistake this for something small. This is not just saying thank you out of habit. This is not forced positivity. This is something much deeper. The 91-year-old man didn't just live long, he lived with presence. And every day, no matter how ordinary, he practiced one simple ritual. He noticed. He noticed the small things most people overlook. The warmth of sunlight, the ability to walk, a simple conversation, a quiet moment of peace. And instead of rushing past these moments, he paused and felt them. Now here's something powerful. Your brain is naturally wired to focus on problems. What's missing? What's wrong? What could go bad? And if you don't consciously shift that focus, your entire life starts feeling heavier, even if nothing is truly wrong. But when you practice gratitude with awareness, you gently train your mind to see differently. Not to ignore problems, but to stop being controlled by them. And slowly, something begins to change. Your stress reduces, your reactions soften, your emotions become more stable. Life doesn't become perfect, but it becomes lighter. Now here's something even deeper. Gratitude doesn't just change how you feel. It changes how you behave. When you feel grateful, you become calmer. You speak differently. You treat people better. You make clearer decisions. And over time, those small changes begin to shape your reality. Better relationships, better emotional health, more meaningful experiences. Not because of luck, but because your internal state has shifted. Now think about this for a moment. How many times do we rush, without noticing anything, eating without awareness, walking without presence, living without truly experiencing life? And then we say, time is passing too fast. But the truth is, it's not time that's moving fast. It's our attention that's missing. And gratitude brings your attention back. Back to the present moment. Back to what's real. Back to what actually matters. Now here's the simple ritual he followed every day. At the end of the day, before sleeping, he would pause and ask himself, what are 3 simple things I experienced today that I'm thankful for? Not big achievements, not major events, just simple, real moments. Maybe a peaceful walk, maybe a kind word, maybe just a moment of silence. And as he reflected on these things, his mind began to settle, his body relaxed, his day felt complete. Now imagine ending your day like that. Instead of stress, instead of overthinking, you close your day with awareness and calm. How different would your sleep feel? How different would your mornings become? This is why this habit is so powerful. Because it doesn't just affect one moment, it reshapes your entire cycle of living. Aging is not just physical decline. It's emotional accumulation. Years of stress, years of negativity, years of unconscious living. But when you introduce gratitude into your daily life, you begin to release that weight, little by little, day by day. And instead of becoming heavier with time, you become lighter. Now take a moment and ask yourself honestly, when was the last time I truly felt grateful without distraction? Not scrolling, not multitasking, just feeling it. If you can't remember, then this habit might be the missing piece in your life. Because in the end, it's not just about living longer. It's about living better. Living with awareness, living with presence, living with meaning. Now, let's bring everything together. A simple life built on simple habits. Moving your body even when you don't feel like it. Calming your mind even when it feels noisy. Protecting your sleep like your life depends on it. Eating with awareness instead of distraction. Living with intention instead of reaction. And practicing gratitude every single day. Nothing extreme, nothing complicated, just consistent. And that's the real secret. The 91-year-old man didn't do extraordinary things. He did ordinary things extraordinarily consistently. And that made all the difference. Now, before you go, I want you to do one final thing. Ask yourself, which one of these habits will I start today? Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Because your future is not decided by time. It's decided by what you do with your time. And if something in this video made you think, even for a moment, then don't ignore it. Start small, stay consistent, and watch what happens. Because one day, you won't just be watching videos like this, you'll be living it.